This is setup of the Eufy battery powered doorbell 2K. For starters, we have to get the hub set up first. So that's what we're gonna do. So step one is taking the base station and powering it up and plugging in the Ethernet cable, which came provided. So that's what we're gonna do. And you're gonna do this before you set up the actual doorbell. So first we're gonna take our network cable, plug that in. We'll come back here, plug in our network cable to our router, and then power our device. So tuck that in over there, and hopefully you can see that that is actually blinking red, which means that we can come over to our application, and we are going to select add a device, home base station. It says plug everything in, which we've already done, so we're gonna select next. All right, this one, it wants us to connect to the same Wi-Fi that the home base is connected to, which we're gonna find out if that includes the 5 gigahertz. So we're gonna select next, and then we're going to wait 1 minute until the home base LED turns from red to blue, and should.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Follow the instructions in Eufy Security app to set up the system.
Hopefully you heard that. So we did get prompted, so we're gonna select next, and it wants us to scan, so we're gonna hit scan QR code only this time, and then the QR code is actually on the bottom of the base station, so we're gonna come over here and find it, and it scanned it.
Home base receives a pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
All right, so we are going to do exactly what it said, which is click the sync button on the back.
Home base was added successfully.
So it says the home base was added successfully. However, the application says it was not. So we are going to, and here we can see, even though it said it wasn't added, it prompted that it was added, and up here was the serial number. I just changed the name of it so the serial number wouldn't be there, but we can see it was successfully added. Next, what I'm going to call step 2 in the setup process is actually pairing the doorbell to the app. Even though you probably should mount it first, but I have a good idea of where I want this. So we're gonna peel this off first. We are going to come up and say add a new device. We're gonna scroll down to where it says doorbells, and we are going to see 2 different types, wired and battery powered. We want the battery powered doorbell. And again, there is a QR code on the back. We are going to tell it to go into scanning mode, and then I'm going to pick up my doorbell off camera here. So we are supposed to press the sync button until we hear the beep, which I heard the beep, and we can see blue blinking now. So we have done that. So apparently the home base station is emitting a sound wave. So what that tells me is you actually do need to set this one up first. So what just happened off camera is I pressed the sync button again, ran downstairs, the base station said ready to add device, then heard a touch tone sound effect almost, and then it paired the doorbell to the base station, and we are back up here and it says added successfully. We're going to select next. So it's letting us know that the battery in this comes at 80%. So you can have a choice for fast charging or normal. We're just gonna say got it. And right now it's asking, is there a traditional? What that means is, does it have access to a power supply? We are going to say no, because this is the purpose I got requested this one, is so that I could test a battery version. So we're gonna say no, I don't have existing doorbell wire and I don't want to. And it's gonna apparently run you through a little doorbell setup video, which I'm not necessarily gonna make you sit through. So next it's asking, does your doorbell face a street? In my case, I'm gonna say yes. All right, so doorbell setup, we're gonna zoom in on this because it's asking questions. Is it shorter than or equal to 10 feet or 3 meters, or longer than 10 feet or 3 meters? And in my particular case, I'm gonna say shorter than. So directions for mounting it sidewall if I wanted to. So this is check live view to make sure that you actually have a signal. And there, we do have a signal. So we're going to say continue. So we do, and we can also do a signal test, which is what we just did. We'll swipe over, check the live view. So again, make sure it's properly placed, and then you can kind of check your angle there, mounting instructions for the wall plate, depending on what you got, and then how to properly install it. Now we're calling this the setup process because the installation for this is actually ridiculously easy